Okay, so we're going to begin. The first thing I want to mention today is the thing I mentioned first in the last tutorial. We have 16. Okay, the thing I first mentioned in the first tutorial about the front page, because it wasn't included in the video on YouTube. Okay, so just quickly, we have our front page. It says basic one, but that doesn't matter. The main thing are these things here. Okay. So we have the different parts. We have the communities here, which isn't drawn, but should be. In the communities tab, this is where we find our forums. So if you haven't done the forums yet, this is where you find them. Just here. And the other thing we need to know is this tab here, which is the assessments tab. Okay, so we have the communities tab for the forums. We have the assessments tab for when we have our midterm test and our final test. I also mentioned this. I also mentioned the this tab here, the grammar book, where we can find any grammar that we are not sure of. So if we're looking at the future, we can look at the future perfect, which is what we're going to do today. So this is our unit 2. And we can look at explanations of the grammar involved. Okay, how to form it, the usage, and so on. Okay. So those were the 3 things that I wanted to talk about, that I spoke about in the last tutorial. Okay. So how to get to the forums, how to get to the tests, and the grammar book to be able to investigate things that we don't know. Okay, so let's begin. How many do we have? We have 20 participants. Hello to everyone. Please, if you haven't written present, please write it in the group chat. Thanks. Okay. So, today we're going to look at the grammar, or a bit of the grammar in Unit 2 and 3, as well as some TOEIC study techniques and some ways of improving our skills. We're also going to look at the third listening part, which involves listening to a conversation and then answering questions on it. And at the end, if you have any questions about anything, then I will answer your questions and we can continue from there. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so first, the future perfect. So this is in Unit 2. You may have done this already. You probably should have done this already. Let's have a look. Okay. So basically, when we use the future perfect, we're talking about an action that will happen between now and a time in the future. Okay. So in our forum, I wrote in 10 years. So something that will happen to you between now and 10 years in the future. And to do this, we use the future perfect. And we can see here, we have okay, so we have to make the future perfect, we use will, have, and the past participle, or the negative won't have, and the past participle. Okay, so this is a point in time that something will happen before. Okay, before a specific time in the future. So the guests are coming at 8 p.m. I'll have finished cooking by then. Okay, so the point in the future is 8 p.m. And we are saying that between now and 8 p.m., I'll finish cooking. Yeah, so I'm cooking now, I will finish cooking, and then the guests will arrive. I don't like that thing. It's working today. Okay. So on 9th of October, we'll have been married for 50 years. So the 9th of October is in the future. And we're saying that at that time, on the 9th of October, we'll have been married for 50 years. So we will celebrate that anniversary. Will you have gone to bed when I get back? So when I get back is the final time. And we're asking, between now and the time that I get back, will you go to bed? Yeah. So it's pretty simple to use. I will have gone, I will have done, I will have eaten, I will have drank, I will have gone to bed, I will have finished cooking there. So remember our past participles, sometimes they're EDs, if they're ED verbs. In the past, they'll be the same. Remember we have the lists of the irregular verbs, like eaten, cooked, etc., swam. So we just, I will, he will, she will. Remember, everyone will have, da, da, da. Okay. So we can use phrases like by or by the time, meaning at some point before, and in or in a day's time or in 2 months' time, in 5 years' time, meaning at the end of this period, to give the time period in which the action will be completed. So I won't have written all the reports by next week. So we're saying that at this time, next week, these won't be completed. Okay, so this is the time, this is the action. What have we got? Okay. So by the time we arrive, so this is the end time that we're talking about. And before the time we arrive, the kids will go to bed. The kids will have gone to bed. Okay. There we have in an hour. So in 1 hour's time, I'll have finished. That's my thing.
Sorry. I'm late. Stay tired.
Okay. So by the time, by next week, in an hour, in 3 years' time. So they all tell us the point, that's the end point of our sentence. Now, I know that I've set this for the forum, but I just want you to all write a sentence as well in the chat using the future perfect. And this time it will be by next Sunday. Okay, so write a sentence in the future perfect, which includes by next Sunday. Okay. Go ahead, you can take a moment to think.
Sorry.
No one's written anything yet. So in the chat, write a sentence. By next Sunday, I will have, or I will have done something by next Sunday. Okay, George, that's good. But we don't need by the next month, just by next month. Yeah, in English we don't use many thes in front of everything like we do in Spanish. Okay, any more? There are 22 people in here. That includes me, so I need 21 sentences. Yeah, good, Ramiro. By next Sunday, I will have finished reading the book. Mm-hmm. Hello, Anna. Okay, Stalin, that's just a future sentence. So we're not using the future perfect. Okay. Louise, she'll read the newspaper tomorrow. That's just future. Future with will. It's not future perfect. So we need will plus have plus the past participle. Hello, Consuelo. Okay, Catherine, that's good. I will have finished my English homework. Good. Any more? Any more sentences? If you want, you can use your microphones. No? Okay. Okay. Okay, Carmen, it's nearly right. Hello, Esteban. So Carmen, you have, I will have the finish working at 8 p.m., but we need the past participle. So not the finish. What's the past participle of finish? So finish is a regular verb. So it's an ed verb. So it's just the same. I will have finished working at 8 p.m. Hello, Diego. Yep. I will have finished working at 8 p.m. We can also use by 8 p.m. Okay. Again, Carlos, we would need to say by 9 p.m. So by, in this sense, means before. So he will have studied for his English exam by 9 p.m. Okay, Eric, yeah. By next Sunday, I will have finished the first 5 units of the English course. Good. Louise, yeah. Louise will have finished his homework by the time his mother gets home. Good. Okay, let's move on. So that's the future perfect from Unit 2. We'll take a quick look now at 2 infinitives, which is Unit 3. Okay. So you know that sometimes when we use 2 verbs together, we need to join them with 2. Sometimes we use a gerund, sometimes we use the infinitive. That's the to form of the verb. Okay. So the most common kind of verbs that we use in this way are the verbs of thinking and feeling. So using our mind, using our brain, using our emotions. So we have verbs like choose, decide, expect, forget, hate, hope, intend, learn, like, love, mean, plan, prefer, remember, want, and would like or would love. So these are all verbs of thinking and feeling, using our minds, using our brain, or using our hearts. Okay? So when we use these verbs and we want to follow them with an action, we would always use a to. So they chose to go on holiday. They decided to buy a car. We expected, gotten it lost. So I could just give you an example there. They expected not to. So in a negative, we can use not between the two, or we could say they didn't expect to. We have two ways of expressing a negative. Hate is one that we can use with both. So I hate eating pizza, or I hate to eat pizza. Hope is always talking about the future. So I hope to travel to Italy next year. Intend, again, is talking about the future. So I intend to study for 2 more years. Learn, so he learned to play the guitar. Like is another one where we can use both the infinitive and the gerund. So I like to cook food, or I like cooking food. It's okay, Christian, don't worry. Love is another one that we can use with both. I love going swimming. I love to go swimming. Mean. Mean. We'd normally use mean in the past. It's meant. And it was something that we intended to do, but we didn't. So if I intend to visit my grandmother next week, but if you don't do that, then I meant to visit my grandmother. Plan. Again, we make plans in the future. So I plan to go on vacation next year. Prefer can be used with both. I prefer. I prefer to take a shower than a bath. I prefer taking a shower than a bath. Remember's strange because when we use it with the infinitive, it means you carried out an action that you intended to do in the past. So, for example, if you want, or if you make a plan, you say, tomorrow, I am going to go to the bank. And then you forgot. You didn't remember. So in that case, after that action, you didn't remember to go to the bank. means you didn't carry out an action that you had planned. We could also use remember with a gerund, but it has a different meaning. So for example, if you say, I don't remember going to the bank, it means that you went to the bank, you don't have a recollection, you can't remember doing it. So it's a different meaning than saying, I don't remember, I didn't remember to go to the bank, to I don't remember going to the bank. It's very different. Want, well, I want to go, I want to eat, I want to see, I want to swim, I want to fly. We always use want with the infinitive. And would like and love, because we're using would, and wood's a modal verb, then we'll need the infinitive after that. So would like to. There. Now we have a couple of examples there. They decided to start a business together. So decide to. So we can't say they decided starting a business together, or they decided to start. No, we always have to say they decided to start a business together. Remember to turn the lights off. Okay. So again, like I said, with the remember, if we're talking about the past, then that's fine. Here we have an imperative. So we have an order. Okay. We also use the infinitive for these verbs of saying: agree, promise, refuse, and threaten. Okay, who's that? 24. So we agreed to meet at the cinema, promised to call me every day. So you have another imperative. It's not very interesting, but it's necessary. Does anyone have any questions about these verbs of thinking and feeling? You can ask in the chat, you can ask with the microphone. Okay. Okay. So we have some more. Some verbs are followed by a direct object, and then the to infinitive. Okay. So advise, ask, encourage, expect, intend, invite, order, persuade, remind, tell, want, warn, would like or would love, and would prefer. So with most of these examples, we would be using people. So the people that you want to advise, or the people you want to invite, or order, or persuade, or warn. Okay, so most of these are actions where you want someone to do something. Okay. So he encouraged his friends to vote for him. So who is he encouraging? He's encouraging his friends. Remind me to give Julia a call. So you're reminding someone, you're reminding me. So we can use our direct object pronouns as well. So the teacher ordered the students to be quiet. Or the teacher ordered them to be quiet. Reminded his wife that it was their anniversary the next day. Or he reminded her that it was their anniversary the next day. So we can use things, that we can use the direct object pronouns. Okay.
Teacher, can I ask
Yes.
something to you? What's the difference between keep and steal?
Keep and steal.
Yes.
Well, keep is to maintain something with you. So I keep all my money in a safe.
Okay.
So it's a maintenance of something. Okay, but steal means you take something that doesn't belong to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Someone stole my uncle's car. Okay, so it's
No,
taking.
no, like steal. S-T-I-L-L.
Still means it doesn't move as a verb.
Okay.
If something is still, it means it doesn't move.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Remember, you can ask questions whenever you like. You can either do it in the chat or in the main room with your microphone. Okay. Okay. So the infinitive purpose, I think we'll just do this one. Oh, sorry. So we also use the to infinitive to express purpose to answer why. So he bought some flowers to give to his wife. So he bought some flowers. Why? Because he wanted to give them to his wife. He locked the door. Why? To keep everyone out. Okay. We can also express purpose with in order to and in order not to. So we have the affirmative and the negative. We started our journey early in order to avoid the traffic. So in order to gives the reason. So we started our journey early. Why? To avoid the traffic. In order not to, so they spoke quietly. Why? Because they didn't want to wake the children. Okay. This in order not to can't be contracted. So we can't say in order to or anything like that. Always have to have in order not to. And so as to, and so as not to. So we started our journey early. Why? So as to avoid the traffic. So these two things here. These two have the same meaning, but this so as to is more formal than in order to, and in order to is more formal than just saying because. It's because we would say we started our journey early because we wanted to avoid the traffic. Yeah. But this is more formal than because, and so as to is more formal than in order to. The so as to example as well. So these two. were the same. They spoke quietly. Why? In order not to, because they didn't want to wake the children. They spoke quietly so as not to wake the children. Okay, so again, they have the same meaning. This is more formal than saying because they didn't, and this is more formal than in order not to. Okay. Oofed. We only got 20 minutes. Okay. Well, we'll just do this. I just want to mention a few things for 5 minutes, and then first we'll look at the TOEIC for today. Okay, so the TOEIC for today is the listening, and it's part 3. So okay. So can you all see that? We have some questions. Questions 32, 33, and 34. Where does the woman most likely work? At a restaurant, at a ticket office, at a bank, at a hotel? Why is the man calling? To get directions, to ask for a discount, to change a reservation, to check an address? What will the woman email to the man? Confirmation, a discount code, an application form, a menu. Okay, so in part 3, what we have is a conversation. Okay, it's normally between 2 people, and we will have some questions regarding that conversation. Now, in the actual tests, we don't have the script. So this is just for practice in this particular video. But let's see how we get on. I'll play the conversation for you, and then as a group we'll answer the questions. We'll have a little vote maybe. So here we go.
Questions 32 through 34 refer to the following conversation.
Hi, this is Neil Chen. I just made an online reservation at your hotel, but when I saw the confirmation page, I realized that I'd made a mistake in the dates. Can I make a change?
I'll be happy to change your reservation, provided we have a room available. Could you please give me your confirmation code?
Sure, it's VF732. I want the reservation for the following weekend, January 10th through 12th. Will the price be the same?
Let me see. Yes, we do have a room available for that weekend at the same rate. So I've changed your booking with us. You can expect an updated confirmation in your email shortly.
Number 32. Where does the woman most likely work?
Okay, so where do you think the woman works?
At a hotel?
At a hotel, yeah.
Number 33. Why is the man calling?
Okay, so what does the man want to do?
To change our reservation.
To
No.
change
Change your reservation?
Change our reservation?
Yeah, good. To change your reservation.
Number 34. What will the woman email the man?
a confirmation.
Information.
Yeah, a confirmation.
A confirmation?
Confirmation, yeah.
Confirmation.
Sorry, flipped on. confirmation. Sorry, can you hear that dog? I'll play you the second one.
Questions 35 through 37 refer to the following conversation.
Good morning, Mr. Lin. We have a package for you to pick up here at the Morseville Post Office. You should have received a missed delivery card when we tried to deliver it a week ago.
I'm looking through my mail now and I can't find any notice about a missed delivery. I just got back from vacation.
Oh, I see. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Just be sure to bring along some form of photo identification when you come to pick your package up.
Okay.
Is the trip?
I think there's a mistake on that. Hang on.
Number 35. 30. Questions 35 through 37 refer to the following conversation.
Good morning, Mr. Lin. We have a package for you to pick up here at the Morseville Post Office. You should have received a missed delivery card when we tried to deliver it a week ago.
I'm looking through my mail now and I can't find any notice about a missed delivery. I just got back from vacation.
Oh, I see. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Just be sure to bring along some form of photo identification when you come to pick your package up.
Okay.
Number 35. Who most likely is
So
the
she
woman?
a florist, a bus driver, a travel agent, or a postal worker?
A postal
Travel
worker.
agent. A travel
A postal
agent.
worker. No, not a travel agent. What do
Postal
travel
worker.
agents do?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So it's a
A
postal
postal
worker.
worker. Postal
Worker.
worker.
So travel agents deal with vacations, and holidays. What does
Number 36. What does the man say he cannot find?
Okay, so what couldn't the man find? A credit card, delivery notice, a trip itinerary, or a revised invoice?
A
Delivery.
delivery notice. A delivery notice.
Delivery notice. Yeah, a delivery notice.
Yes.
A postal worker. A postal worker.
Number 37. What does the woman ask the man to bring with him?
Okay. So did she ask for proof of payment, an account number, photo identification, or some packaging supplies?
Photo identification.
Photo identification.
Uh-huh.
Photo identification.
Try to do the next one without looking. Actually, I'm going to turn the sharing off, okay? So you can't read it. Okay, so I'm going to play this, and then we'll try to get it without looking at the script, okay? Okay. So those were some different accents. We had an Australian accent there. Okay, let's see how I can do this. Do you want to listen to that again before I ask you the questions? I think I'll play it again.
Class is already full.
Oh, that's disappointing. Is there any chance you'll offer a second class?
Yes, we're thinking about holding one on Wednesday night also. Would you like me to put your name down on the waiting list?
So what does the woman want to do at the art gallery? Does she want to display her paintings, interview an artist, apply for a job, or register for a class?
Interview an artist.
Okay, interview an artist. Any other guesses? Anyone else? No, the woman wanted to register for a class.
For a class.
In the test, we won't have the script, so we need to listen for details. What problem does the man mention? A room is not big enough, the director is not available, a signature is missing, or a frame is broken. Okay, let's listen again with the script.
Number 38. What does the woman want to do at the art gallery?
Okay, so there's our information.
Number 39.
So I wondered if I could sign up for the watercolor painting class. So sign up. Oh, sorry.
What problem does the man mention?
Phrasal verb. Yeah. What does sign up mean? Anyone? If you sign up for something.
Sign up is sent to the class.
Mm-hmm. So she's registering for a class because sign up means register. Mm-hmm.
Register.
What problem does the man mention?
The letter A.
Classroom is too small. So it's a different way of saying too small, not big enough. So we need to, when we do this, we need to be able to recognize different ways of saying the same thing. So we will hear, classroom is too small. Mm-hmm. And we need to be able to recognize that that means the same as not big enough.
Our room is not big enough.
What does the man offer to do for the woman? Add her name to lists, print out a schedule, refund the deposit, contact a repair person. So here we have another phrasal verb. put your name down. So if you put your name down, you add it, or you sign. Yeah. But in this case, is making an offer. Would you like me to? So would you like me? Is making an offer to someone. So he's offering to add her name on the waiting list. Mm-hmm. So that's why we need to practice outside of the class, outside of the platform. We're going to look for a few minutes at some strategies to do that. Okay. What are we doing for time? We've got 5 minutes. Okay, that's probably enough. Okay, I don't want that. I want that. Okay.
Attention.
Oh, what's going on? Okay. So here's a list of some things. Can you see the list? Okay. So for us to improve our English, it's very important that we do things outside of the classroom. To keep going and to practice. And it needs to be done in a relaxed way, not very stressful. I mean, you have the platform, you have the grammar, but you need to do things that are fun for you. Okay. So the main things there are listening and reading. I mean, these are our 2 parts of the TOEIC. So start here at the bottom. So there's different types of listening, and you need to do it regularly. Okay, so we can listen to things like podcasts. I'd recommend that for advanced speakers, advanced learners, because in podcasts we can't see the people. It's mostly question-based and explanation-based. So, I mean, we have YouTube interviews. So if you have favorite actors or sportsmen or scientists or anything, find interviews with them and listen to the way people speak, the way people interact, the questions, the responses. Music videos, I mean, it's fine to listen to music, but just be aware that a lot of the grammar in music is incorrect. So, I don't know, there's lots of examples in music where, we have great songs, but the grammar is very bad. It's not grammar that will help you pass a test. But trying to listen to songs to get some, especially the contractions of words like gonna, coulda, woulda, shoulda, things like that. It's good. But in terms of pronunciation and grammar, it's not really good. But it's good for increasing your vocabulary. So if you have a favorite song and you like to study the lyrics of the song, look at the meaning of the words, that's good. And if you're learning more words through music as well, that's great. We also have TV and movies. I mean, we have Netflix now. We can watch our favorite programs in English. So if you've previously watched movies that you really enjoyed in Spanish, you could try watching them again in English. You already know the story, so it should be easier to follow, and you could read the subtitles at the bottom. when you watch TVs and movies with subtitles, try to use English subtitles. I know on Netflix sometimes they don't match. They're a little bit different sometimes. But try to avoid any translation in your listening. Okay, it's just something, because if you're listening in English and reading in Spanish at the same time, you could get confused. You'll get tired, and it could. It's not going to be too helpful, I don't think. So focus on things that stimulate and interest the listener. So if you like football, then go and watch an interview with Zlatan, for example, speaking in English. If you don't like football, what's the point of doing that? You won't be interested. Find something that you like. If you like science, find TED Talks. If you like business, find people talking about economics or management. There's always things that we can focus on to help ourselves. Okay. There's an advice here that says, note down and annotate new words in a vocabulary notebook, creating new sentences with examples of uses. So for example, if we're watching Game of Thrones and we hear a new word, then we can write it down and then practice using it in sentences. Okay, so you can look it up in a dictionary, find a meaning, and then create your own sentences. What else can we do? These more apply to me, how to help you. But there are other things that you can use in self-study. So, for example, flashcard apps. There are also apps that are TOEIC specific on the Play Store and the App Store, depending if you have an Android or an Apple. And these can help you practice. Also mean that there are apps for phrasal verbs, which would be helpful for you. So I think these kind of apps focus on repetition and study, especially flashcards, spaced repetition, to help you remember and associate. But try to do as much as possible, even if you spend a few minutes every day thinking in English. Of course, you can also read. There are many articles online. We can read articles. You can read the news, the BBC, CNN, Fox, whatever you like.
Teacher.
Hello. Hello, Christian.
Teacher, one question. What do you think about apps, Duolingo?
Duolingo's okay.
What do you think
when you're
about
starting.
Duolingo?
I think it's good for someone who's starting. Someone who's first beginning English, and you need to translate everything, and you're learning very basic vocabulary. But I don't think it's, for our level, I don't think it would be that useful, unless there's specific advanced or TOEIC-based levels.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we've got a chat. Who's that? Okay. Okay, well, do we have any more questions? No. No. Okay, we're a little bit late.
Teacher, one question.
Okay.
Are these tips for the next certification exam?
The tips? Yeah, because the next the certification exam is going to be the TOEIC.
Okay.
It's going to be
What's the difference between the certification test and the exit test?
oh, it's the same. It's just different names for the same thing. But there's the exit test and the certification test are the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions? No? Okay, well, thank you all for coming. I'll post the video as soon as it's available. And I'll see you on Saturday. The next one will be Saturday at 1 o'clock. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, teacher.
And then remember, if you have any questions, just email me. Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Hola.